Hey guys, welcome to my channel. For anyone that's new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's topic that we're going to be reading on today is going to be a love reading. We're going to be asking the question, how is your person currently feeling about you, and what's their next move with regard to this connection? So, really good topic for anyone out there who's feeling just confused about their relationship. Maybe they just don't have the opportunity to really communicate face to face with their person, or just needing a little bit of guidance around like where they stand. So great for any of those different scenarios that I listed, or just for anyone that's feeling a little curious about a connection in their life. Please keep in mind, you guys, that these readings are general, so there are going to be some messages in the reading that may resonate quite specifically with you, while other messages may not, and that's totally fine. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If you do want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can do so will be linked in the description box down below. Personal readings are always a good way to get a more tapped in, reading on your specific situation. So let's go ahead and get started with our deck selection. So we're going to be working with 3 decks today, and I have a ton of oracle cards we're going to be pulling once we get to your reading as well. So starting off here on the left, we have deck number 1 with some pink Himalayan salt. We have deck number 2 with some Amazonite, and deck number 3 with some Waite. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your person. Think about how they're feeling and what their next move is toward you. And whenever you're feeling ready, go ahead and select the deck or the crystal you're feeling the most intuitively pulled to. Click the timestamp down below in the description box to skip to your reading. Hey there, pile number 1. If you all selected the pink Himalayan salt and the Edgar Allan Tarot, this is going to be your reading, all about how your person is feeling about you and what their next action toward this connection will be. I do just have to say to you guys that I'm going to keep it really real with you in this reading. I am not a reader that likes to sugarcoat, especially when it comes to these love readings, because what I don't want is for anybody to be keeping themselves stuck in a situation that they shouldn't be stuck in. Okay, so please just know that if you are at all sensitive about your person, or you're not open to hearing the blunt truth, whether it's positive, negative, or indifferent, you may want to go ahead and click off now, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by digging into their feelings, and we're going to start with some oracle cards first. So we start off here with the message of true love, okay? We have the table, and we have the mushrooms. Okay, love it. Let's go ahead and get a few tarot cards while we're at it here, just so we can get some clarifying messages here. So how is this person, how is pile 1's person currently feeling about them? This energy feels incredibly positive. It does feel this is likely an established connection for a lot of you. Well, let's see. How are they feeling? Okay, so we have the World. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups reversed. The 3 of Wands reversed. Bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. This is interesting energy, you guys, for feelings. Let's see. So right off the bat, pile number 1, this person definitely has strong feelings and emotions for you, because we have the message of true love here at the heart of the spread. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. So this person definitely has feelings of love and romance that they hold for you in their heart. We also do have the Ace of Cups here. It is reversed, which I'm going to get to in a second, but the Ace of Cups certainly does talk of love. It talks of romantic feelings. And I also am getting the impression here that your person, this person might be a little bit anxious around you right now. For some, this is an established connection, right? But for others, this might not be an established connection, so you know your situation better. I'm getting the vibe here with these mushrooms coming through that this person might almost put this connection on a pedestal, or they put you on a pedestal, or they spend a lot of time fantasizing about this relationship, which we'll kind of see what their energy is like when it comes to actions. But I do want to caution that this person may not fully have their heart open to receive love, because there's a lot of this energy of fantasizing and dreaming. And I'm also getting the impression that maybe for some of you, this person may actually like use substances, whether it is like mushrooms or something else that they like to experiment with or indulge in from time to time. And I feel like when this person is using this substance, they're really like thinking about you a lot. I feel like this person might like smoke or do something like to calm their anxiety because of that Ace of Cups being reversed. But this is how they're feeling about you. So that message may not resonate with everybody. I definitely feel that this person feels incredibly comfortable in your presence. I feel like you make them feel really safe. You make them feel welcomed. I do feel that this person sees you as somebody who is approachable, somebody that is caring, nurturing, somebody that would like take care of them when they need it. And I feel like with the World card here, it's almost like they can see you as being like the total package, like the total everything that they would ever want in a partner. They feel that you have this. I feel though that because this person is in this sort of like fantasy land about this relationship, there may be like a lack of solid action, or because this person is putting this relationship on a pedestal, it's like they're so in their head and so anxious about like what they need to be doing with the connection that they don't do anything. It's almost like they're looking short term versus long term right now. It's hard for them to figure out like what they would do long term. Yeah, I definitely feel like this person might be a little bit blocked because for some of them, they're taking substances. I think I've said that a million times already, but that would make sense as to why this Ace of Cups is reversed. And I also feel like this person, because they see you as like this ideal partner, their true love, everything they've ever wanted, it's like I think they have a lot of fears and anxieties around like the future and how things are supposed to go, if that makes sense. So I kind of want to look a little bit deeper here, and I want to see kind of what their actions are so we can get a little more insight here. I did just see my my timer up top hit 555. So this connection might be going through a challenge right now, or your person may be going through a challenging time right now, specifically as it pertains to their feelings, since this is what we're talking about right now. With the Six of Pentacles being here at the bottom of the deck, I do feel this person sees you as somebody who's like quite generous. You know, again, going back to that table gathering, like I feel that they see you as being really a generous, kind, loving person. And this is about them feeling like they may owe you something in return. Like they need to feel like they need to reciprocate something to you. And I wonder if this person hasn't always felt as though they have enough to offer you in return. You know, even here underneath, we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. So it's like they're starting to feel a little bit better, I feel, about their self-esteem and what they have to offer. But this may not have always been the case historically in your relationship. So let's move these cards to the side here. And let's see what their actions are going to be. Next move. So from their actions, we've got sorry, not sorry. We've got the egg, the blessing in disguise. Okay. We have spend quality time. Fantasyland. Oh my gosh. Wow, you guys. Fantasyland. We had the mushrooms coming through. Like, This person is really in their head about this relationship, or they're just really fantasizing a lot about it. I don't know that they're really being real with themselves about how they feel, or that they're really in touch with how they really, really feel on the inside. And if that message of like substances resonated with you, that a lot of times can be why. Because, and I'm not judging or anything like that. I know a lot of people like to do different things. But sometimes when you are taking certain things, it can numb. It numbs from feeling and seeing things realistically sometimes. So let's go ahead and see what's their next move. Let's get some cards here. What is their next action towards pile number 1? My viewer. Okay, so there's that Judgment card. Eight of Swords, Justice. Wow. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords. I see this connection moving very slow, group number 1, if at all, in the near future here, because this person is still just not really in an action-oriented headspace. They're still in their head. And I feel like for a lot of them with this egg, this blessing in disguise, when I think of an egg, I think of something as incubating. Something is still growing. And it's not ready to blossom yet. It's not ready to hatch yet. And so I feel that this person in the near future, as it pertains to action, I do think that they are going to need a little bit more time before they're able to come forward and actually take action toward this connection. I just feel like this person has this like image of you in their head about like how perfect you are and how amazing it would be to be with you and that you could be the one for them. But it's like when it comes to actually making a move, they're almost paralyzed in fear for some reason. We have the sorry, not sorry. I feel like this person, this talks about, harboring hurt, resentment, forgiveness, apathy. Apathy is really standing out to me because, again, of the fantasy land and the dreaming. It's almost like they just don't have that head-to-heart connection or that capability right now to be able to act on how they may feel. And some of the other messages here may resonate with your specific situation around sarcasm, false apologies, or friction. You guys might feel a little friction with this person in terms of action, because if you're wanting some sort of action to happen and this person is clearly not ready to take it, then it's like there is going to feel like a little bit of an imbalance there, because one person is wanting more than the other is able to give right now. And remember, with that Six of Pentacles that we talked about, they feel that they owe you something, but it feels like they're not really ready to actually act on it just yet. They're taking their time. I'm being guided here, spending quality time. I feel that this is something that they want to do, but it's going to be later on down the line with the 8-9 number. For some of you, this may happen like at a further distance in time, like 8 to 9 months from now. Maybe their incubation period is coming to a close and they're feeling ready to come forward and spend time in true connection with you. But here in the immediate future, maybe the next like 4 to 5 months, I see them still being in that fantasy headspace. I feel like they are just like, with that Eight of Swords, they're just really fearful. They're really fearful, I think, of getting hurt. They're fearful or feeling like there's something preventing them from really being able to step forward to you and step to you correctly. And they're definitely assessing the situation with that Judgment card coming into the near future here. Kind of waiting with that Justice card until the time feels right, where things feel fair. And when it's the right time maybe for everybody involved versus just acting on whatever feeling they may be having about you. Maybe for some of you right now, it's not a good time for them to come forward. With Justice being here, they could be dealing with some sort of external circumstances in their life right now. Like Justice can have to do with court cases, legal matters, or just other obligations and responsibilities, like even a work contract of some sort. And so I do feel with that Eight of Swords being here right next to that, they're making up this thing in their head that like they they feel awkward about coming forward to you because of that. And so right now, in terms of action, even though I'm not seeing a ton of actual forward movement, this person is really focusing in on just sort of like seeing the spiritual meaning behind this relationship, or ascending, seeing the connection from a higher perspective. And there might be some chaos that's happened either with this relationship or just in this connection in general, and they're trying to kind of see above the fray right now before they come forward. And that could also be why there's some of this energy of the sorry not sorry and like forgiveness needing to happen here. They're just not, maybe some of you guys have fought with this person or had a history with this person, and this person is so like kind of like fantasizing about what could have been, but they know that maybe there's something that you guys need to like make amends for, and they're just not ready to do that yet, is what I see. So I think we're going to go ahead and close it out there, group one. I do hope that this provided you a little bit of clarity on this person and on the situation, and I would love to hear just kind of how it resonated with you down in the comment box down below. Thank you all so much for taking the time to view today's reading, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hey there, group number two. If you all chose the Rider-Waite Tarot with this little turquoise stone, this will be your reading about how your person's currently feeling about you and their potential next steps or actions toward this relationship. So let's start with feelings. Let's pull some oracle cards and then we'll shuffle on camera here. So for this, we have support. We have feathers. How are they feeling? And we have orange. Ooh. So let's go ahead and shuffle a few tarot cards here just to get some clarity on these messages, pile one. Pile two. How is pile two's person feeling? Let's go ahead and get some clarification around these messages here. How are they feeling about my pile two viewers? All right, so we have the Queen of Cups, a Star card reversed, and the Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. So right off the bat, you guys, this person definitely feels really safe and comfortable with you. You make this person feel really, really good. They see you as someone who's really kind, really caring, empathetic. This person really feels like at home with you. They feel that you provide a really welcome, warm environment for them to step into. Maybe for some of you, you've lived with this person before, or you've shared a space with them before, whether it's a home life or something else, but they really feel really like safe in your presence. The word safe keeps coming up. And I have to also point out here that at the bottom, this was at the bottom of the deck, and underneath of that card was the Nine of Cups reversed. And so already the vibe that I'm picking up from this energy is that your person may feel like they need you more than you need them emotionally, because whenever I see this Nine of Cups reversed, this usually talks about we're not emotionally satisfied on our own. We are latching on to someone or something else to make us feel validated or to make us feel fulfilled, okay? So your person may struggle a little bit with attachment in relationships. And this, I mean, honestly, this just really makes a lot of sense, especially with them feeling this Queen of Cups energy toward you, because the Queen of Cups is an empath. This is the empath of the tarot. Of all the queens, this is the one that's going to be the most empathic. And a lot of times people that are in these energies where they really are maybe a little bit needy, or they are feeling not as confident in themselves, they tend to be drawn to those empathic energies, okay? So they feel very supported by you. They do feel a lot of, I feel like just excitement and joy. in your presence with that orange energy coming through. I also think this could be a connection where the both of you have a lot of fun together, because orange is definitely a really fun, kind of exciting color. But there is this energy of them feeling a bit hopeless around this relationship right now, or really being more dialed into the reality of things, versus more like the reality of the circumstances versus the dreams that they may have had in their head, or the fantasies they may have had in their head about this relationship. I also am getting the vibe that this person is moving with caution, because the Knight of Wands is action oriented. It typically does talk about passion and excitement, very much that orange energy. And I do feel that that is there for you. It's either waning for some of you, or they're trying to temper it a little bit. This person may have tendencies to jump head first into relationships, and they sort of may think with their wand versus their head. And so because they're feeling really passionate about relationships, they may have the tendency to like leap in and be thinking with more sexual brain without really realizing that's what they're doing, kind of acting on impulses. And I do feel that they're trying not to do that on purpose with you. So for some of you, that's the case, where others, it's more about them maybe having some sort of a waning excitement around this connection, or waning hope that this connection is going anywhere. Maybe something happened between the both of you that left this person feeling like got their feelings hurt, or maybe it forced them to sort of like take you off of whatever pedestal they may have had you on, and now they're seeing like the blunt reality of the circumstances between the both of you. So let's go ahead and see. I want to now dive into their actions and see what their next move is going to be. So we're going to set these guys off to the side for just a moment. And let's take a look at these other cards here for actions. So for their next move, we have On Guard. Okay. We have Summer. So there is still a lot of passion here. We have All Talk, No Action. Makes sense with that Knight of Wands reversed. And we have Reconnection. Okay. Let's get some tarot cards, and then we'll kind of get into the full vibe of what I'm picking up here. So what is their next move for pile number 2? What is their next move toward this connection, towards my pile number 2 viewers? Wow, that's such a funny synchronicity there. So we have the 7 of Wands, we have the 3 of Cups, and we do have the Magician. So bottom deck energy, 6 of Pentacles reversed. That's so funny. This came up in pile 1's group as well. So listen, the good news is I do see some action coming in. I do see reconciliation coming in with this person. I see them more like manifesting you back into their life. So it may not necessarily be that they take the action. It might be more about them trying to do things to get your attention, to get you to message them or to connect with them first. That's just coming through for some of you. I feel like underneath it all, this person feels like they want to give you something, or they feel like they owe you something, or there's some sort of question about the balance in this relationship, because the 6 of Pentacles really speaks of generosity. It speaks of giving one's time, effort, resources, energy. And with it being reversed here, I do feel this person might actually be a little bit worried about reciprocity. They're either feeling like they need to return something to you or give something to you because of how kind and generous you were to them, or they may be feeling like you aren't always as giving to them as they are to you. Okay, so take it however it resonates here. But I definitely feel like this person is needing a little bit of time before this is going to happen, because they are showing up here as being very guarded in terms of their actions. I do feel I feel like they have their guard up. They have their walls up as it pertains to this relationship right now. And so I'm feeling like in the near future, like maybe around the summertime, there's going to be some sort of reconnection that you have with this person where they're going to come across like they want to connect with you, but then they're not maybe going to actually step to the plate because they're needing more time and they still have walls up as it pertains to this relationship. So I feel like the summertime, month 8 and 9 is standing out to me, maybe August, September. You're going to have another encounter with them. But then I feel like later on down the line, like month 10, 11, October, November, there will be an actual like reconnection with this person. I see a lot of friendship vibes here. So again, like going back to that orange energy that we picked up here at the beginning, I feel like this person, you know, when you guys do reconnect, because 3 of Cups also does talk about reconciliations, and it's going to be like a very fun, playful energy that you will experience with this person. And it is going to have to do with manifesting. Like, I do feel like this person is like trying to manifest you back into their life. But it's like I feel like because they have their defenses up, it's almost like they would rather you reach out to them than they reach out to you. I feel like they want it to be their way or no way. That would make a lot of sense too with why we do have the 6 of Pentacles, because this is about like the effort that's being put in here. I also think that for some of you, this person is needing a little bit more time to feel more confident in their skills and abilities to be your match in this relationship, or to keep up with you as it pertains to this relationship, whatever that may mean for you. Because this on guard also does speak of a skilled interaction, and the Magician talks about skills and abilities as well. So their next move, I do see reconciliation here, pile number 2. I just think that it's going to take them a little bit of time. And I feel like maybe if you connect with them a couple, like soon after this reading, they're going to be maybe a little bit defensive or guarded. And they might talk and say something that you want to hear, but they may not follow through right away. And later on down the line, I see it coming together. Like a party or something. So let me know how it resonates, pile 2. I really hope that this was able to help you out. Definitely drop me a comment below and let me know. Thank you all so much for viewing today's reading. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey there, group number 3. If you all selected the Black Tarot with this little purple cube, this will be a reading all about your person, how they're feeling about this relationship and you right now, and what their next action potentially may be toward this relationship. So let's go ahead and start off with some tarot. Some tarot, sorry. Let's start off with some oracle cards. And let's see what we get. We're starting off with their feelings. So we have past life love. Okay. We have smoke visions. And we have Cupid. Okay. Let's get a few tarot cards, and then we'll get into kind of the full meaning here of what I'm picking up on. Ooh, goodness. You guys, the deck you selected is so beautiful, so I'm really, and it's definitely not a deck that I would traditionally pick for love, but I was so, for like a love reading, but I was so drawn to it. So there must be a really important message that needed to reach this group. So let's see, pile number 3. How is their person currently feeling about them and towards this connection? Let's do one more. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune flew out. Interesting. I just heard alignment. We've got the 7 of Swords. 10 of Wands. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands reversed. So here's what I'm seeing, guys. I feel like this person has love for you. I feel like they do genuinely have feelings for you with this romantic Cupid card coming through. And they definitely have desire. When I think of desire, I think of sexual desires, physical desires. Like they definitely feel intense feelings for you. And this connection in general feels very intense. It feels very up and down. Past life love really talks about karmic partners and relationships with people that we may have known in a past life. And a lot of times with these karmic partners, they come into our life to teach us a lesson, and the connection can feel really intense. It can feel really like you have a lot of chemistry with this person, but you guys trigger each other. You push one another's buttons. So there could be a lot of conflict and fighting. And I feel like with this Five of Wands reverse, there has been an element of conflict in this relationship in the past. And right now your person is really wanting to give up on that. They're wanting to walk away from that. There's a desire to not have to deal with that anymore, okay? I do feel right now that this person is feeling a bit weighed down about this relationship with the Ten of Wands. It's hard for you guys to see. Let me see if I can zoom this in. It's like they're carrying a burden with regard to this connection. You can kind of see this little figure with all of these things on its back, walking through this vast forest. And it's like, I feel like they're feeling very weighed down right now as it pertains to their feelings about this connection. And this could definitely have to do with the fighting energy of that Five of Wands or the energy of conflict. And I see them right now as I almost see them as feeling like they need to do what's right for them. I feel with that Wheel of Fortune, there's a lot of ups and downs that they've felt in this connection where it's like some days it's great, some days it's not. Some days you guys are on the same page, some days you're fighting or not in alignment. Remember I heard alignment earlier. We have all the planets here and I'm really being called to Saturn, which is a very like stern planet. You can see there, like that's a planet that can bring in tough challenges for us to deal with, karmic challenges, which makes sense. This is a karmic relationship, right? So because of the fact that there's been this conflict and this burden on their shoulders, I almost feel like they are kind of in this mindset right now of like, I'm going to do what feels good to me, and I'm not going to tell them what I'm doing, my viewer. The Seven of Swords is them really, I don't know that they're being shady. Maybe some of them are. You guys can probably attest to that more. But this is really about them wanting to, I almost feel like, slip away. You know, like they're avoiding something. They don't want to talk about something with you, or they want to maybe even ghost. It's like they're moving in this very like strategic yet avoidant way as it pertains to this connection. This is like this energy of trying to get out of something or trying to escape something. You can see here, like he has his back to all the swords and he's quietly taking the one out and hiding it behind his back, okay? So your person is like moving in a space of like doing what feels right for them. This person may be having visions about you. Maybe they're very psychic. You guys did choose a purple stone, which can help with the crown chakra, third eye, things like that. But I feel like when I think of smoke visions, I also feel like this is about things going up in smoke or wanting to vanish or evaporate, or it's almost like a magic wand where it's like, poof, they're gone. And that's what I'm getting here with that Seven of Wands, or Seven of Swords, excuse me. So this is an intense connection. I do feel it's got a lot of ups and downs, and it's here to teach you guys a lesson and this person a lesson. So now that we've kind of tapped into the feelings, I'm going to switch up and we're going to look at their actions. What's their next move? So let's see if their actions align with how they're feeling. Okay, so we have the message of frigid. We have rendezvous. We've got past pain, no respect. Okay. I'm going to just shuffle some more tarot cards. to get some clarification on their next move, and then we will get into the full interpretation here. I feel like this person is like hot and cold in their actions toward you. And this is because of that self-serving energy of the Seven of Swords. You know what I mean? Like, they have a lot of burdens with that Ten of Wands that we saw earlier. And so I'm wondering if, for some of you, if it's not about the burden of the relationship you two have, it's more about the burden of other stuff going on in their life. It's making them show up as hot and cold, which is why we have rendezvous, but right next to it, we've got this chilly energy. So what's their next move for pile 3? Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles. This came up in every group reversed. Must be a theme we're dealing with in the collective. Okay, that's too many. Sorry, guys. I only want 3. What's their next move? The World. What's their next move? The Eight of Wands reversed. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have Temperance reversed. Yeah. So you guys, no. Here's what I feel is going to happen with this person. This person may connect with you in the future with that rendezvous energy, but it's going to be more of like that chemistry vibe. It's going to be more about like the sexual, the passion behind it. But even with that, you guys, with the Eight of Wands, I'm not necessarily seeing them feeling really hot and bothered about this connection in a positive way. I feel like the next action from them is going to be more about this connection closing itself out or being put on ice. And when or if they do come forward to connect with you, it's going to come from like a low vibrational energy of like that Seven of Swords. Remember, that's a very sneaky energy sometimes. It can be about trying to kind of get something out of someone too. And I do feel it's going to come from a space of like, what can I get out of this person with the Six of Pentacles reversed. This is making me feel like you guys might be trying to stay connected with them and they might be kind of ghosting you or being a little like in and out of your life. Not super responsive, but then every once in a while they'll give you like a breadcrumb back because they feel guilty, like they need to respond. Do you guys get what I mean? So I see them almost sort of like putting this relationship on ice and only giving whenever they feel maybe a little guilty about it, or connecting with you from a space of what can they get out of you. And this is not your fault, you guys. This person clearly is dealing with some sort of inner pain from something from the past, whether it's with this connection or someone else. They harbor a lot of pain that's causing them to behave in this way towards you. So with that World card, I do see a cycle coming to a close here with this relationship. In terms of their actions, I feel like this is going to be maybe this relationship really slowing down or a new energy being brought into this relationship. But this is really making me feel like the lesson has been learned and it's time to slow it down and maybe potentially let it go is kind of the vibe I'm getting from their actions here. I feel like things are going to be kind of chilly and they may pop back up like 7 or 8 months from now, wanting to sort of like reconnect on the low or something like that if you guys want to. But I would just be cautious with that Six of Pentacles reverse and the Seven of Swords that we saw, that this person may not have the best intentions when they try to connect with you. I also just want to touch on the fact that the Temperance card here is reversed, and this typically indicates a situation is not gelling really well. It's not balanced. It's not meshing really well. The people are on different pages, right? You guys are too opposite for one another. And so like there's friction because of that. And this is also about divine timing and things. The timing for this person to take an action towards you is just really not right for them right now. So these things can change. And remember, you guys, like there is love here, but overwhelmingly I'm getting that this person is sort of like emotionally unavailable and tapped out, and I don't necessarily see them as being able to connect with you in a way that you truly deserve and desire. Okay, so I hope that wasn't too blunt, but you know me, I have to keep it real with these love readings because I never want to see any of my viewers getting stuck in these relationships where people are not treating them well. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out there for you, group number 3. Please drop me a comment below. Let me know how the messages resonate with your situation. Thank you all so much for viewing my video today, and I'll catch you in the next one.